Once, long ago, in a land far away, a king and queen looked about their empty palace and wanted something more.
I'm Ashley Lambert-Maberly, and I write musicals. When I first realized I wanted to write musicals, I was in university. I wasn't a music student, and bit by bit I taught myself how to write songs. And after a while I thought, I should write my first musical. And what should it be about? It should be about Sleeping Beauty. I've just loved the story, and every time I come across it in a different context, I get so excited. That's the Sleeping Beauty story. I love the Sleeping Beauty story. The concept of Beyond the Meadow is it's the story of Sleeping Beauty, but with a lot more from the perspective of the wicked fairy. When I started, it was maybe sort of my second and a half-ish musical. I wrote not intended for production, just practice musicals leading up to this first one, Beyond the Meadow, where I felt this is going really well. I like this one. I think this is something we can put on. The story itself began as a play within a play. Fancy city people, theater folk putting on a Sleeping Beauty musical. Eventually I went, it's too much and I'm not feeling it and I don't like it. And I'm just going to write the musical, not the musical within the musical. So I'm just going to write the musical. I'll write my version of Sleeping Beauty. So I'm a young person. I'm kind of a poor person, but I'm trying to save my money so I can go to New York and see as many Broadway shows as possible. And while that was happening, I'm basically putting the finishing touches on my own musical. There's not really a mechanism for putting on shows in Canada the same way that there is in the States. So I didn't know what would happen. I just knew I love musicals, I want to write them, and I really like the one that I have. Eventually I decided it's probably going to be easier for me to save some money and put it on myself than it would be to try to convince somebody to put the musical on. And once I realized, yeah, I can do it myself, the path became a lot clearer. Our first production of Beyond the Meadow was a proof of concept at the Arts Club Theatre. We filled up the Arts Club with friends and family of myself and the cast and my parents and everyone that everyone knew, and it was a huge success. People were crying, people were applauding. It was apparently really good. Since the first concert production went so well, largely the same cast moved on to our actual run of the show at Presentation House 25 years ago in North Vancouver, a tiny little theater, but I could afford it. We had about 20 people in the cast. We have twice that now for the revival, and we ran for a few weeks. The critics came out. I got what I thought of as generally good reviews. I mean, I still remember Peter Burney from the Vancouver Sun said that he wished he had money so he could invest in my next stage of development, that the vocal arrangements sent shivers down his spine. I mean, there were some lovely things said, and I felt I was on the right track. So that was the first show. So show's done, great success, and I wrote 4 more shows. Show number 3 and 4 kind of happened at the same time as I began the Broadway Chorus. The Broadway Chorus is a group I founded 24 years ago. There's about 40 people in it. We do new scripts, new vocal arrangements, but wrapped around existing songs. But for our May production, I thought, doesn't it make sense, since it's the 25th anniversary of my very first musical, to put my very first musical back on stage again? So come see the show. You'll be entertained. You will laugh. You will cry. We love doing this. There's 40 of us. It's a big, big sound, lots and lots of music, and you can bring everyone in your family.
There are worse things I